Hi everyone. I wanted to make a little video. And there's three things that have flowed into mind that resonate with the energy field. And the first one is human touch. And don't be afraid of it. And the fact that it's not just touching of skin, but to actually hold space for someone in any moment, even if you know you're not going to pass by each other for very long at all. And this isn't everyone, but obviously if you have a moment with someone in any way, you're waiting in line for something and you're looking around, but you know, you become aware of each other. And sometimes it takes a little development to actually just ground yourself, you know, for some people. But it's holding the space of more than what we see, because that is the truth of who we are. And what we do with our time here is what we leave behind, but it's also what we're leaving in our world. So holding space and touching another soul is at times a touch of the arm, a touch on the back, any kind of caring response, you know, human touch, to massage, to hugs, to human touch. It settles everything, it grounds us. Because if the energy field is asking for that, if the person is physically looking like they need touch, then they need that so that they can breathe into the true space of who they are again, balancing their mind and emotions. So it's good that we can do that. We pick up on it naturally, and it's great from your heart to be aware that you play a part in that. That not to be afraid if you feel like you're called to do that. That's a loving thing to do, and it's being called of you. So there's something on both ends, both sides of that says, you're here to expand your heart, and it is a little bit scary at times, but you're, you know, in this moment, you feel like you could put a hand on that person's shoulder, or, you know, or say a kind word. And then that's the other part of the human touch. Don't be afraid to express who you are in any moment. And if you do feel that fear, it's part of your expansion. And fear is invisible. Fear is illusion. Fear is mind talk via all of our conditioning. So in the energy field, we will pick up on different thoughts. If we're about to do something new to us, there will be energy in the field, because a lot of us have lived under conditioning and the program, that the expanse of sharing oneself is not natural, in which we are rising in consciousness to open at this heart channel that we are actually more when we do these things. So human touch is essentially the field and fields of all of us. And we all need a little recognition that someone is looking at us in a whole, W-H-O-L-E, kind of, however you want to describe it, aspect, holding a space for like, you're not just this physical being I see, you're an actual person with experience, you're a soul with eternal experience, and that's another thing if we get to know each other on any deeper level. But you are a soul, and you have things going on in your field, and I am a soul and have things going on in my field. So what is the exchange that we are going to be in this short time and space, this situation, this environment, this etc. So you can hold a little bit more space of, I can actually calm my energy field into, that's the truth of who we are. And it's something to embrace in meditation with breath, that embracing who we truly are is being less afraid of showing ourselves in loving ways. So you can sort of bring that concept into your energy space. Who we truly are these soul beings, and breathing into this space of, I need to be, to expand myself, I need to be less afraid of allowing the alignment of where I come from, which is love. And I'm a powerful light source, all of us. And I have nothing to fear in being that expression. Okay, and obviously, you know, you make your, what kind of judgments would I describe it? You discern as to what level, when you're holding a space, how to naturally interact without any kind of forcing it or trying to overhelp, but yet you are just accepting that you are sharing a space with someone or people, and however you're called to be yourself, don't fear it. There is no expectation really, only humans' expectations thought up that they could hold on to. I expect it to be this way, you know, conditioned and program and stuff. There is no actual expectation on you as a soul to be anything other than calm, grounded. We're all souls. Be true to me. Represent that truthful kind of light in the field so that I attract it, so that people, we're all sort of raising our consciousness into this light, loving, authentic field. And don't put any kind of, and don't let the world put any kind of limit yourself, try too hard or harder, be something different if it's not resonating with what I just said, like the natural occurrence of holding space for each other. Especially that's because you're holding space for yourself, and you'll hold it, emanate it for another. So that's human touch that I wanted to remind us of. And then the second part that flowed on from expanse of different things occurring is doubt is like every brick in the wall we've ever built up. So the reason why we don't break through limitations is because we've built up probably several bricks in the wall from vast, would be vast or more varying intensities of life experience. We've thrown doubt bricks in the wall, so that when we go back to experience something again, we've already got doubt bricks there, and we don't break through them. So you've got to catch doubt moving forward and allow some dissolving. Because it's fear. Fear is illusion. If we give concentrated attention to fear, it's going to become form in our field, and we're going to identify with it as though it is us. Like, we won't be able to get through some limits. It'll just block sort of the flow of consciousness, and we'll be doubting facing life more than anything else. So it truly is an energy, guys and girls. Just overall, it truly is an energy. Like, the nature of it is, if you choose to think something, you hold a fearful response in it, remember, it's an illusion. You can shift. The only time for real safety and security, or doubting something that you want and try and keep yourself limited rather than breaking out of a mindset, is if there is something really to fear or really to doubt. Like, it has to actually hit you, like, oh, I've got to get the hell out of here, I'm scared, and all your responses are on go. Okay, that's a true sign. Or no, that person has just hit all the bells for me to doubt. Like, I'm listening, this conversation is opening up, ding, 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 there's something to be cautious. Your intuitive guidance is saying doubt. No. You're saying no. You're doubting. What they're saying, you have all reason to excuse yourself from it. That's doubt. But not when we have a fear that comes up that is an illusion thought that says, you can't have that. When inside is something you want. So you have to stand up for that feeling that's rising inside of you that's saying, that's something I want. Or, I'd really like that to happen. And then you have doubters come in, so you listen to the consciousness of doubt. But really, you need the light to rise in you to support this, to see it through, whatever it is. So yeah, doubt has been like bricks in the wall for many, many things. And much time periods, if you could call it that, in the wholeness of existence. But yeah, it makes me think back to the fact that we are rising in consciousness, that through the ages there were those that stood by our unlimitedness, which is opening at the heart without fearing it, opening yourself at the solar plexus with new ideas and inspirations to go forward without blocking it with fears. This mindset consciousness that comes in and says, no, believe in this, And then the last thing I wanted to mention was, because of these limits we've lived through, and so we don't engage in the human touch as much in authenticity, and we easily know doubting of each other and inspiration comes all too easily. We have forgotten the beauty in spontaneity. So I think this is pretty much just a reminder of that. that because of those first two things, we are less spontaneous to live freely in life. And it's the jewels and gems when we are engaging in the whole human aspect, sharing ourselves with the truth that others are whole selves as well, holding that awareness and interaction, freeing ourselves a bit more and not doubting that if we're drawn to say something nice to someone, there is a way of saying that without expecting something in return, because that's the general nature. What does that person want if they're giving me this nice compliment or talk or whatever? Well, that's when you pick up on extra senses as to what the intent is. But generally, we can do this, and it needs more building up of acceptance of doing it in that spontaneous, free, loving nature. And then we'll really get back into more of an alignment with the nature of spirit, which is what we are, which is more spontaneous in forward progression than we are in, let's not go back into it, but anything else. So we go forward in spontaneous allowance that we are spirit, in form for a temporary life period. And give it all you got. I think that is all from me that I had to speak of. Yeah. Some important points to let in and see if you can let them out yourself. God bless everyone, and bye for now. See yous.